Hi, Holly. How are you?
Good, Annabelle. How are you doing?
I'm so good. Thanks for meeting with me. For everyone who doesn't know, this is Holly. Do you kind of want to explain what you do here at WIT?
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm the COO here at WIT, and I do a little bit of everything. Really working between our clients and our internal team to make sure that our processes are set, that we're providing the best onboarding experience for clients, the best ongoing relationship processes for our clients, and also making sure that the team is taken care of internally, right?
Mhm.
Uh, we want to make sure that everything that we do internally reflects the standard of work that we're providing for our clients as well.
Right.
So if there's a hiccup internally, that probably means that there's a hiccup externally, right? So I make sure that our teams are just doing the best work that they can and making sure that everything runs smoothly.
Nice. And how long have you been here again? How many years?
I have been here for a little over 3 years now.
Okay. And when you first came into WIT, what were you doing and how have you kind of evolved in the company to become the COO?
Sure. Yeah, I started off as the project manager,
Mhm.
and that was back when we were a team of, I think, like 13 or 15 people. So
Yeah.
in a company that size, you hear the term wearing lots of hats.
Yeah.
And that's kind of where I was and where a lot of our teammates were at that time. So I started project managing, which meant I was doing new website builds, making sure that we were building websites in a fashion that again, um, was what the client wanted, but also in a timely fashion to make sure it gets out the door.
Yep.
And in that role, I really found a lot of ways to improve our internal processes, which is kind of what led me to where I am now.
Okay. Yeah.
Um, yeah, I've always been super focused on um, just making sure that things are running as efficiently as possible.
Yeah, nice. And then you were director of client experience like not so long ago. And
Correct.
what was that role for you?
It was great. I think my experience with project managing, I was just talking to clients already, figuring out what their likes are, what their dislikes are, their pain points, and working with us, but also their pain points and what they've been told in the past with other agencies or
Great.
their pain points with the results that they've been getting from in their history, results from the past, I guess. Um, so that kind of led me again, yeah, to that director of client experiences. I knew intimately like what their issues were, their lack of results, and I was able to then work with again internal teams and the client to make sure that they were just getting results, getting phone calls, and that they were happy with us.
Yeah, totally. So what are you most excited for like your journey being a COO? What are you looking forward to? What are you nervous about? Since this is kind of a new role for you.
Yeah, I'm really pumped to get started on some higher level operations stuff. And I know that sounds vague, but when you get to a point where, previously I referenced being a team of like 15, I
Right.
think now at 26,
Hmm.
and we're signing on additional clients. And in that period, there's going to be some growing pains, right?
Hmm.
One of our processes from 3 years ago don't fit our
Yeah.
clientele now, don't fit our team now. So I'm really excited to start working on organizing all
Mhm.
of our old documentation, working on some new software platforms and using them the best we can. And in terms of nerves, same thing with growing. Like
Yeah.
there's always challenges, but
Totally.
I'm a puzzler. I'm a problem solver, so I think those nerves can pretty easily be put into excitement.
Yeah, for sure. Well, that's so exciting. Hearing you reference like your journey at WIT and how much our company has grown, what would you say beyond just like employee numbers and those kinds of like statistics? Like, what's the biggest thing you've seen growth wise, your time here at WIT? Like in the company, within teams, with our clients, any of it.
Mhm. Yeah, I think we've internally seen a lot of growth within individuals. Again, earlier I referenced wearing lots of hats. Well, now
Hmm.
that we have a fully staffed team, we are able to really focus and really improve our skills as individuals here at WIT, which is really cool.
Yeah,
Our CEO Andrew was just talking about quote unquote staying in your lane
yeah,
this week during an all staff meeting, and truly it's really cool to see people grow um, and flourish in their roles and what they want to do rather than having to, take on work here and take on
right.
work for another department. It's really cool to see people really flourish and really grow their skill set,
Nice.
um, yeah, within the company. And then in terms of clients, we're working with a different caliber of clients, right? That can mean clients with higher revenue, with a larger service area,
Right.
whatever it is. Like we're just um, seeing clients who are also a lot more invested in their current marketing because they've had additional time or more time than maybe some of the smaller guys to really invest that time. And so it's become a highly, highly collaborative environment for us.
Yeah,
We have to be more involved with these clients. And it's also helping us shape some of those relationships with the smaller guys, right?
right.
Being able to deliver a higher caliber of work to, smaller shops.
Yeah, love it. Okay, let's move on to remote work and like your kind of viewpoints and experiences working remotely since it's kind of a new thing in our world. And I know I've talked to you a little bit about like previous work you've done before WIT. And so how
Yeah.
are you handling remote work? Do you love it? Do you hate it? What's the vibes?
So, uh, actually prefer more of a hybrid work. So I'm usually in the office about once, maybe
Yeah,
twice a week. Um, And it's helpful because I like to talk to people. I like to have that social interaction. So for me, being able to go to the office once or twice a week is really helpful.
right,
However, working remotely has great benefits. I think, you know, there's benefits being everyone feels like they have the time to do what they want. So, I have guests in town this week, so I'm able to do some laundry throughout the day.
right.
But it also allows me to have a quiet space to really focus on my work. I have my office separate from the rest of the house. And it does come with its challenges, right? I can't walk over to your desk and ask you a question about marketing. I can't walk over to, whomever's desks if I have a quick question.
Yeah,
But I think that we've done a really good job of instilling this pick up the phone and call, right? There's, I think our internal communication channels are very intentional.
great.
There's not a Slack channel for every single client. There's not a Slack channel for every single topic.
Mhm.
We want our folks, and I want to be able to call people
Yeah,
and chat with them because then it kind of keeps the office vibe alive. I'm not just constantly chatting with them via Slack or whatever via email. It's really nice to be able to call
yeah.
uh, coworkers and just have a chat with them.
Yeah, totally. And for company like culture stuff, let's chat a little bit about a lot of our company is fully remote. They like don't live in Colorado at all, like we
Mhm.
do. We get to see each other sometimes, which is so fun. But how do you see like us implementing like fun stuff within our company? For example, like I saw we just built a survivor channel on Slack and I am new, so I joined it, but I don't know about like the lore of all the meetings you guys have had. So do you want to talk a little bit about how you guys virtually meet and do outside of work stuff?
Yeah, absolutely. I think there was a phase in like 2020, 2021 where people were doing, or offices were doing like remote happy hours.
Mhm.
And it never went exactly the way people planned. When you have 20 people or 15 to 20 people on a Zoom call,
Yeah,
everyone's talking over each other. It gets, it just gets a little bit messy. And so I think um, within WIT, we've gotten to know each other to a point where we can figure out there's different niches where each of our interests fit into. Um, and we've kind of just built a digital space around each of them. You know, there's a lot of pet owners here at WIT. So we have our WIT Whiskers channel where we get to, you know, share photos of our dogs or cats or any other animals that we have and do that. We have a few people here who are really into working out. So we have a wellness channel where all that kind of transpires. So, you know, instead of this forced feeling of like, oh, we're going to have this camaraderie and all meet once a month, we've just, I think our in-person um, retreats that we do twice a year, where we actually get to know people in person, have developed these mini channels
Yeah.
that we're able to create small spaces for people who have similar interests. And yeah, the Survivor Torch Talk channel that started last year, I think. And it has been so fun. Like every Thursday morning, you know, it's like if I haven't watched it, I got to
Yeah.
make sure I get out of that channel. I don't want any spoilers.
Great.
We usually do like a virtual lunch with about 5 or 6 of us
Mhm.
uh, every other Friday to recap what we've seen so far, kind of discuss the play of all of the cast on Survivor. And it's just, I don't know, it's really fun to catch up with coworkers in a way that doesn't involve clients or internal process.
Yeah, that's awesome. Okay, last question, I guess, is so you're COO, what's kind of the vision for yourself personally and also with the company in like the next 3 to 5 years?
Wow, 3 to 5 years. So
Good
uh,
question.
yeah. I think for me personally, I'm really excited to just fully move into an operations role. At this time, you know, our current director, I was previously the director of client experience. Our new director of client experience was previously our lead account manager. So there's still a little bit of transition going on, making sure that um, each team and each team member is set up in a way that they're comfortable in their new roles. So right now I'm, you know, kind of in this limbo of a little bit of CX work, a little bit of operations. So I'm really excited
Yeah,
to shift my focus in the new year fully to operations and making sure that we're um, yeah, just scaling
yeah,
appropriately and efficiently. And so I think at least in the next 3 years, with the growth that we're seeing, that's going to be a huge focus for me personally and professionally.
yeah,
Um,
awesome.
yeah.
That's good. That both of
Great.
them perfectly.
Awesome.
Okay, well, that's all. Thanks so much for chatting with me and hope you have a good rest of your day.
Thanks, you too, Annabelle.
Okay, bye-bye.